In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix a tight upper back in 30 seconds. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over easy, effective, at-home stretching exercises to help fix a tight upper back. You may find that it gives quick relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. The video is going to be broken up into a very easy to follow step-by-step guide. In the first part, we're going to do what is known as the $1 muscle fix. It's really going to target muscle knots, spasms, trigger points in the upper back. In the second part, we're just going to focus on getting everything stretched out and moving. In the third part, we're going to do self-mobilization techniques that might end in a satisfying pop, crack, or self-release in the upper back. In the last part, we're just going to make sure that we get everything stronger, so hopefully we'll have a lot less instances of upper back tightness in the future. So let's get started with it. So this video is going to be broken up into separate parts that all work together. If you're looking to get the best results, go through all the parts, all the exercises, and go with what is most effective towards treating your upper back tightness. The first part, we're going to do the $1 muscle fix. I'm going to be using a racquetball, which costs about $1. The trick to this is using a pillowcase, sock, or a trash bag. You just take your racquetball, and if you don't have a racquetball, you can also use a tennis ball. You just place it in the pillowcase like this, so you'll be able to throw it over your shoulder and now target hard to reach areas in the upper and middle backs. Let's start off focusing a little bit more on the upper back, more across the upper trapezius, and then we'll work our way down into the upper and middle backs, even more so in between the shoulder blades. Let's say that I have a muscle knot right here. It's very achy. So I'm just going to place my tennis ball or racquetball on that spot. And when you do this, make sure to only go over muscle. Don't go over the spine. You're just going to go to a wall or a door and then lean into it. Put as much pressure in there as you feel comfortable. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rock side to side. You can also go up and down with it, circular motions, but just explore the area and go with the motion that you feel really just massages that area, and you want to do that for about 15 to 20 seconds. Take a breather and then repeat as needed until that tightness starts to go away. If you still feel like it needs a little bit more attention, what you can do is incorporate an upper trapezius stretch in there. So let's go back over that spot. I have my ball on my right side, so I'm going to take my right arm, whatever side the ball is on, take that side's arm, and then put it across the small of the back and then try to reach over towards the other side as much as you can. Take the other hand, place it on the right side of the head, and what you're going to do is you're going to take that left ear towards that left shoulder to open up that right side. And when you do this, it feels great. It's really going to activate that muscle. So what you want to do is put a little bit of pressure in there, stretch over only to your comfort level. Again, do some circular motions with it. You can also go up and down, attack it at different angles, but try to do this for 15 to 20 seconds, relax, and then repeat as needed. You might also get a pop or crack with this, which is completely normal because there's just gases being released from the joint. From there, you can switch over different spots, attack it on the other side as needed. If we're looking to get a little bit further down in between the shoulder blades or into the mid-back, this is a very good way that you can do that. So let's find that spot, apply pressure on the wall, and we're going to do what is known as a wall angel. So I'm just going to apply pressure. I'm going to take my arm on that side, wherever the ball is at, and I'm going to bring the elbow back like this. So the elbow's bent at 90 degrees. I'm going to bring it back towards the door. From there, I'm going to take the back side of my hand right here up and then all the way up like this. You're going to feel that muscle really start to get activated with these movements. So really just do this nice and slow, apply as much pressure into that spot with the ball as you can, and repeat this very slowly for up to 5 to 10 times or until that muscle knot or trigger point starts to release. From there, you can switch over different spots as needed, go to the other side, and just target those muscles and hopefully get that tightness out. In the second part, let's focus on a big cause of upper back tightness, which is just tight muscles. We need to get them stretched out. Here is a wonderful stretching exercise that you can do at home, at work, pretty much anywhere. It's going to be a modified yoga pose called the child's pose, but we're going to add a little bit of a twist to it. Let's go next to a door or a wall. I'm going to space my feet about shoulder width apart, same with my hands, elbows are going to be straight. What I'm going to do is pretty much space my lower body out enough that I'm going to be able to lean into it with my body weight to create a stable anchor point with my hands right here. Let's keep the lower back nice and straight. The movement is quite simple. I'm going to tuck my chin like this, and I'm going to bend my knees and then start to squat down so my butt starts to go down towards the floor. When you do this, you're going to start to feel a stretch happening in the upper back. You almost want to feel like it's right in between the shoulder blades going all the way down to the tailbone. Keep going down with your body weight as much as you feel comfortable. And once you hit a point where it's a very good stretch into the upper back, hold this one for about 10 seconds. The second part, and this is how we're going to modify it, is we're going to add a little bit of a twist to it. I'm going to take one hand off and I'm going to just bend the elbow at 90 degrees, and then I'm going to reach over as far as I can. And when you do this, it's going to feel great. Reach over as far as you can. Hold this for 15 to 20 seconds. You're just going to relax, come back up, go down just a little bit further to get an extra stretch, and then repeat this on the other side, again for 15 to 20 seconds. But you want to do this for about 5 complete repetitions on both sides. Really challenge yourself each time you do it to go just a little bit further to open up those joints and stretch out that soft tissue even more. That may lead to more muscle tightness relief in the upper back. Here's another wonderful stretching exercise for upper back tightness that you can pretty much do anywhere, at home or at work. We just need a sturdy chair. It's called the figure 8, and it gets its name because we're going to put our hands behind our head like this. Our elbows are going to go in front of us, and we're going to trace a figure 8 with our elbows and put the back into a lot of dynamic motions and movements to target different angles through flexion and extension. Let's start off with the top part of the 8. When we do the top part of the 8, I'm going to put my back into extension. That is a backwards movement. When we're doing the lower part of the 8, we're going to flex forward like this. So when we're doing this, you're going to notice that I'm going to go into flexion and then I'm going to go into extension. That really helps us target areas that need a little bit more attention. So let's start at the top part of the 8. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly start to trace that 8 and really try to focus on building as much motion into the back, even more so with the extension and flexion parts with it. But you want to do this nice and slowly. It should take you about 5 to 10 seconds to do a complete 8. But you just want to do it nice and comfortably for about 5 to 10 repetitions. From there, what you want to do is then go in reverse. Attack it at a different angle, and it's going to activate those muscles just a little bit differently. If you do notice that one movement really just feels tight or achy, throw some more repetitions in there and really target it to work that tightness out. But you just want to do that for about 5 to 10 repetitions. Focus on the movements that are a little bit more tight and achy, and hopefully it gets rid of that tightness pretty quickly. So another big cause of upper back tightness is because the joints themselves are locked up and need to be released. Here is a great self-mobilization technique you can do using just a soup can, notably the beef barley variety. We also need a large bath towel. If you do have a foam roller, it's a little bit easier to do on a foam roller, so use that. But we're going to use the soup can method just in case you don't have one. Let's take the soup can, place it in the middle of our towel right here, and just roll it up like this. And voila, you have a homemade foam roller. So the first movement is very easy. Let's start off on the floor, and what I'm going to do is position that soup can directly over my middle back, a little bit below the shoulder blades. Let's put our hands right here underneath our head for extra comfort. Lift the butt up off the floor, kind of like a bridge exercise, and then I'm just going to simply roll up and down my upper to middle back. Make sure not to go over the lower back because that can cause irritation to those joints. Once we do this, I like to roll up and down very slowly for about 5 times. You might get an immediate pop, crack, or self-release into some of those joints. That, again, is completely normal. It's just gases being released. If anything, it's probably going to feel pretty good. I just got actually a nice little pop right there. But if you do feel one spot that's super achy that just will not release, what we want to do is stop right over that spot, throw a couple more repetitions in there, and drive our elbows down towards the floor. This will open up that joint just a little bit more. If it still feels like it doesn't want to go, what I can do, stop over that joint and then do a passive stretch. I'm just going to drive my elbows down very quickly like that, and that right there is going to open up the joint even more and hopefully get it to self-release but don't try to force it. Just go up and down very, very slowly, target the spots as needed, and hopefully that will get it to self-mobilize. So if we're looking to get rid of a tight upper back for good, we have to strengthen everything, and at that point build a better support system. Here is a very quick, easy way to be able to do that. Let's go up to a wall. I'm going to put my body completely flush against that wall, and then from there what I'm going to do is put my arms out like this, straight at the elbow, off to the sides. The palms are going to be facing away from us. The movement is very simple. What I'm going to do is create an anchor point with my hands right here, and I'm going to lift my chest and my body forward while keeping the palms on that wall. The more that you go forward, the more that you're going to feel the shoulder blades start to pinch, and it's going to activate a lot of muscles, not only in the chest, but upper back. Really challenge yourself to go forward as much as you can. You're really going to feel those muscles firing. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds if you're able to. From there, you're just going to relax, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. On each repetition, go a little bit further, lift yourself forward even more to challenge and hopefully strengthen more of those muscles. For the second part, what we can do is we can take our arms like this and make it where our hands are about to clap. Let's interlock the knuckles and then pull as much as we can while we fight ourselves. When you do this, the more that you pull, the more it's going to activate those muscles into the upper back. So again, challenge yourself. While holding this position, then start to go in different angles. Go up with it, go down with it. You can do circular motions with it, up and down, form a cross, form a square, write your name, anything that you want. But go through different motions and really notice if one spot feels tight, achy, or weak. Throw more repetitions in there, but you want to hold this for about 15 to 30 seconds, including if you're doing a drawing with it. Repeat that 3 to 5 times and target the spots that feel weak. If you liked the video and got a lot of relief, please show us your support by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.